track is fast. The sun has been shining since this morning. There's a brisk wind blowing that has dried out the track beautifully. Times in early races have been quite fast. The infield crowd there, track officials are estimated the whole crowd at 80,000 at the moment. And there is where the colors of the winning owner will be painted immediately after the race is run today.
Howard Cosell will explicate on the other favorites in this race.
Chief's Crown has won 9 races in 13 starts. He was the pre-race favorite for the Kentucky Derby, but finished 3rd. He is, of course, trained by the likable and knowledgeable Roger Lauren. Donald MacBETH is the jockey. We go back to the Derby race, isolating on Chief's Crown. There he was at the very start of the race, racing forwardly on the heels of Spend a Buck. But things would soon change. In the backstretch, Spend a Buck, in effect, said, "See you later." And he opened a huge and unconquerable lead, holding it to the very end of the Derby itself. Eternal Prince was supposed to be the other speed horse in the Derby. He had won the Wood Memorial and the Gotham Stakes, but he finished 12th in the Kentucky Derby. Eternal Prince, of course, is trained by Butch Lenzini Jr., and the jockey will be Chris McCarron. In the Derby, what happened? Again, in isolation. Eternal Prince, not off to a good start. Richard Migliori up at the time. And so he never really was able to make his race. That's not expected in the 110th running of the Preakness. He actually wound up next to last. Tank's Prospect, the winner of the Arkansas Derby, convincingly did not run his race, did not scintillate in the Kentucky Derby, finished in fact 7th. He is trained by Wayne Lucas, and Pat Day, the irrepressible one, is the jockey. Now, Tank's Prospect running there, had excellent position on the pole. The number 4 horse, passing horses in the back stretch, appeared ready to make a move. No sign of being impeded at all. But there was no excuse for Tank's Prospect in the Derby. He languished and failed. Hajji's Treasure won the California Derby the last time out. And that's why we're showing him to you, because this horse has speed. Whether or not he can go the distance remains to be seen. Monty Jackson, the trainer, Joe Judice, the jockey. Skip Trial has won both starts in 1985 and may be a sleeper to watch. Won the Preakness Prep at Pimlico last Saturday. Excellent fractions. Hubert Sonny Hine is the trainer, Chris Antley the jockey. So there they are, the key, the principal horses for the 110th running of the Preakness Stakes.
For $500,000 to the winner, some $423,000, and second place and third are not bad either, as you can see. We'll be right back for the Preakness.
Of the Preakness Stakes. Numbers of horses will conform to post position as we go. And we look first at the number 1 horse, Southern Sultan, the jockey, James Terry. Southern Sultan, obviously a tremendous long shot. The current odds at 50 to 1. The number 2 horse, another long shot, Tajawar, and history being made, as Jack Whitaker pointed out, the jockey, Patricia Cooksey, and the current odds at 40 to 1. The number 3 horse is Chief's Crown, everybody's favorite at this point. Don MacBETH up. The current odds, even money. The number 4 horse to provide presumably the early speed, Eternal Prince. This time, Chris McCarron up, not Richard Migliori. The current odds 5 to 2, the second choice. The number 5 horse is I Am the Game. The jockey, Red Hot. Here at Pimlico, Don Miller. The current odds 13 to 1. The number 6 horse is Tank's Prospect. Pat Day up this time, not Gary Stevens. The current odds 9 to 2, the winner of the Arkansas Derby. The number 7 horse is Sport Jet. The jockey, Ron Allen Jr. And the current odds 45 to 1. The number 8 horse is Cutlass Reality, the jockey, Vincent Perciali. He is a very fine jockey. Cutlass Reality at 60-1 is the number 8 horse. Sparrowvon with Wayne Barnett, the black jockey, the 9 horse. Odds 35-1. The number 10 horse is the potential sleeper, winner of the Preakness Prep Skip Trial, Christopher Antley up. And the odds 16-1. And then, winding up the field, Hajji's Treasure, winner of the California Derby, the jockey Joe Judice, current odds 24-1. So there is your post-parade for the Preakness Stakes, and we'll be returning in a moment.
Southern Sultan 50-1. Tajua, supplementary entry, had to pay $20,000, 45-1. Chief's Crown, the even money favorite. Eternal Prince at 5-2. I Am the Game, the Maryland bred, who was last in the Derby at 13-1. Tanks Prospect, trying to prove himself again, the Arkansas Derby winner. Sport Jet, another supplementary at $20,000 at 45-1. Cutlass Reality, the long shot at 70-1. Sparrowvon, that's Hank Allen's horse, at 40-1. Skip Trial, the one owned by Mrs. Cohen, the wife of one of the owners of the racetrack here, 16-1, and the other horse. Hajji's Pleasure, you saw at 24-1. Now,
Off color with any of them.
okay, first into the gate is going to be Southern Sultan, the maiden, which of course in horse racing means that the horse has never won a race, not ever in his young life. Southern Sultan, owned by the well-known Buckland farm of Thomas Mellon Evans, who won the Kentucky Derby with Pleasant Colony. And this race, James Terry is the jockey on Southern Sultan, trained by Ross Pierce, who used to be a steeplechase rider in this area. Third in the Maryland Hunt Cup twice, I believe. Number 2, Tajua, up here from Kentucky. Supplementary entry ridden by the first woman jockey in the Preakness, Patty Cooksey. Number 3, the favorite, Chief's Crown, Don MacBETH aboard. Star Crown stable of the Rosen family. Number 4, Eternal Prince, the speed horse. He should be out of there like a lightning bolt. Closely pursued by Chief's Crown, who's right next to him, remember. Number 5, I Am the Game from Maryland here, ridden by Donnie Miller, who stole this race 2 years ago, and another Maryland bred, the feuded testimony. There you see, he's in. Tanks Prospect, now number 7, Sport Jet. Here comes number 8, getting close to being all in their Cutlass Reality. Number 9, Sparrowvon, just about ready to go in. I think it's time to go up top to the man who will call this race for you, Dave Johnson. Dave?
And we're going to find out if Eternal Prince can stretch his speed over the mile and 3/16 distance of this Preakness. And Chief's Crown make amends for his disappointing third-place finish in the Kentucky Derby. And can Tanks Prospect, that one-run son of a gun, do it this afternoon? They're all in line and ready for the start of the Preakness. And they're off. Sport Jet on the outside quickly, but here comes Eternal Prince between horses. Passing the stands for the first time, Eternal Prince with Chris McCarron aboard taking command. Sport Jet on the outside is second. Chief's Crown right there third. Hajji's Treasure on the far outside. And Tajua at the rail. After that, it's I Am the Game. Skip Trial. Tanks Prospect tucked in at the rail. Cutlass Reality. That Sparrowvon and the trailer is Southern Sultan. Now around the turn and racing to the backstretch. And it's Eternal Prince showing the way by a length and 3/4. Sport Jet holds the second spot by a tight length. Hajji's Treasure on the outside is right there third. A gap of a length and 1/4 and at the rail. Tajua is next. Now Hajji's Treasure is pulling up. Hajji's Treasure is out of it on the backstretch. The first quarter in a very quick 22-2. The half in 45-1. And Eternal Prince in command by 2 lengths. On the outside, Sport Jet is in second position. Tajua races third. And on the outside, here comes Chief's Crown making a move in fourth past the half-mile pole. And there goes Chief's Crown roaring up into the second spot. And the favorites are now 1-2. It's Eternal Prince in front by 3/4 of a length. Chief's Crown on the outside. Don MacBETH asks for a little speed and gets it. 2.5 lengths farther back. I Am the Game races third. And Tanks Prospect closing ground stoutly out in the middle of the racetrack. The two of them team up with 1/4 of a mile to go. And Chief's Crown on the outside, taking command, drawing off to lead by 1. Eternal Prince is second, and down the stretch they come. Chief's Crown, Don MacBETH aboard, drawing off to lead by 2. Here comes Tanks Prospect, gaining with every stride on the outside. Eternal Prince is finished, and here comes the stretch drive. Here comes Tanks Prospect on the outside. Tanks Prospect he didn't have it. Tanks Prospect picked up all the pieces in 1 minute 53 and 2/5 seconds. A new track record by a 1/5 of a second. G. Wayne Lucas, who won this race in 1980 with Codex, wins it again in 85 with Tanks Prospect.